Start record that.
Vancouver, and I give you back the bag of stuff here.
Welcome to a YouTube video. I am doing something that I haven't done in a long time, and I am vlogging. When I was a lot younger, I used to do a lot of travel vlogs, and I really miss it. I was actually watching back a lot of my old videos previously, and I knew I was coming to this seminar this weekend, and it's a fitness seminar where I'm like, you know what? Let's vlog it. I feel like it's fitting for the channel, and if I enjoy doing the travel vlogs, maybe it's something we'll do in the future, who knows. But anyways, we are in Vancouver this weekend here for a seminar. We're here to see James Smith and Krys Williamson, which we're pretty excited for. So I don't know how much I'll be able to actually share with you guys, like actual footage, but if there's anything cool that I learned, takeaways, all that fun stuff, I will be sure to let you guys know. But in the meantime, we're gonna go get in a workout. And I know a lot of people struggle with staying on track when they are traveling. Me and my husband, we do like to try to stay within our routine. We let loose and have fun as well too. I mean, yesterday I didn't vlog for a reason. We may have gotten a little out of hand with the candy and whatnot, but we enjoyed ourselves. So we try to find that balance where, hey, you know what, it's okay to disrupt your routine to some degree, go out, let loose, and enjoy yourself. But it's about finding that balance where you indulge and don't overindulge. So this morning, we're excited to go get in a workout. We're gonna go do a drop-in at a local gym. I have my pre-workout here, I have my protein powder here, and again, I know people don't like this word, but it is such a good word. It truly is all about balance.
Ride for a real one, yeah. Slide on a real one. On my mama and God, you the real thing. Can't even cap to me, know you feel something. Yeah, you wanted a million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You've been on my mind and I really can't ignore it. Little baby, you a 10. When I'm in it, I got you going, oh. I can't even help it. I don't think I want to know that I've been on you. Ooh, oh. Tell me that you want it. Little baby, you a 10. Can I run it back again? Laid up, we paid up and faded on top of it. Ain't really used to this, I ain't never has. From the bare minimum, we doing lavish. I was down bad, really acted like I had it. You seen right through it, knew I was catting up. Still let me hit it till you cashed out, it adding up. Lately, been adding up. What you want, I'm activated. Way you looking at me with the eyes, hella captivated. Know you had you a long day, you agitated. I can get you off no medication, have you elevated. Can't fix the world, but I bet I fix that attitude.
Updated you guys all day. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but we had our workout. It was a pretty good workout. And then we went to the Festival of Lights, which was actually pretty cool. And now we're walking to the Hollywood Theater to go see James Smith.
We would care far less about what other people thought of us if we realized how rarely they did. Not only do other people have no idea what they're doing, they're so wrapped up in their own existence, they don't have any time to consider ours. This is one of the most liberating things to realize about social life. No one cares about you. No one's going to remember you after you leave the room. So there's no point in being self-conscious. There's a fantastic quote that says, accept that all of your heroes are full of shit. Your heroes aren't gods. They're just regular people who probably got good at one thing by neglecting literally everything else. Your heroes are not gods. The people that you look up to aren't human-wide examples of admirable traits. They're usually extremely competent in a very narrow domain. But outside of that, they're just totally normal, deficient, or embarrassing humans. Tiger Woods, goat golfer, terrible husband.
Not wrong.
Alan Watts, life-changing spiritual teacher, died an alcoholic. Amber Heard. One of the most acclaimed actresses in the world for years.
Not toilet trays.
That bit wasn't the joke. Terrible at hitting the toilet when she's taking a dump.
Emotion of fear isn't something that you should be worried about, because we fear things today that aren't actually that bad, but we have very primitive mechanisms that drive us. So all of that machinery in there that responds to fear for a long time would have kept you safe from saber-toothed tigers, diseases, drowning, famine, even other humans. So that part of you that gets scared about things, even with trivial stuff, is a very important part of being human. However, now you've got this amazing mechanism to live in a world that's pretty safe. So nowadays, what do we actually fear? Rejection, embarrassment, being uncomfortable, and fucking bears. Fucking bears. You lot, your lineage is savages, right? You get to a part of the world, there's bears, and you're like, perfect. Mental. But fear is not a bad thing, and I like to remind people there's a utility to understanding failure. So if we can understand straight from the off, before we talk about confidence, that failure and competency go hand in hand. Without seeing what doesn't work, you can't adjust and find out what does work. And being able to fail well is a big part of getting better at stuff. I hate how we've accepted this on social media, where people are like, hey guys, join me today. We're going to be doing a 15-minute one. Stop. No one's that happy. No one's that happy, especially not to work out. I don't think we talk enough about the peak level of happiness that we see in humans. If you were to say to me at the end of the day, someone was going to go, James, there's 3 attractive girls here, they actually want to have a foursome with you, and they've got 5 grams of cocaine in a hotel room. I thought, that's fucking sick. There's nothing better in life than a foursome and cocaine, so like, anything, got any cat? No, I'm just joking. Anything above that is a lie. So whenever you go about your life and you see anything above that, they're full of shit. Hey, so good to meet you. Stop. I know that's fake. Just personal training, just be real. Hey, today we're doing a workout, that's better. Alright, that's better. Fucking personal trainers. It's a fucking workout, relax. So I came up with a theory whilst writing this book, okay, which was kind of counterintuitive to the title. My theory is that confidence is actually fucking bullshit, right? I'll explain. So maybe you're not a confident person, sure, but maybe you're full of shit. Because if you go through life shying out of every opportunity that's presented to you, never asking anyone out, never asking for a pay rise, never making content on social media, whatever it is that you're not doing in life, you kind of need like an alibi and an excuse to tell yourself as to why you've not done it. So you think, oh, maybe I'm not a confident person. Yeah, maybe that makes you feel better at night. Maybe that helps you sleep. Maybe that makes you feel a little bit more relaxed about the fact, as Krys would say, that you're not doing the thing. I'm going to take you into a bit of a mindfuck. Everything you do, you either take the path of action or inaction. There's no way out of that. You see someone cute at the bar, you either talk to them or you don't. You either give them the number or you don't. You see an opportunity at work, you either tell your boss you want to work on a project or you don't. You either submit a good idea and a business proposal to that person that you know that would have invested in the business or you don't. You either do the thing, as Krys would say, or you don't. There is no other way of doing it. it isn't I'm confident or not confident, they're lucky, they're unlucky. You either choose path of action or inaction.
My question is kind of around the idea of just how you should spend your time, because I feel like at this time in all our lives, there's a lot of opportunities, right? You know, you could go for a run, you could come to the show, you could listen to one of your new podcasts, watch one of James's videos on...
Do mine first.
Okay. Watch one of James's videos on why Prime is a scam. But what guiding principles do you guys have on how you should spend your time if you're faced with so many different opportunities and countless things that you can
You
do?
go first, because my answer's really short.
All right.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
There are way more things that you can do than time that you have to do them in. And if you're someone that likes optionality and likes adventure in life, you're constantly going to be distracted by things. Again, I can give you all of the pithy maxims in the world. I can bukkake you with Hormozy quotes, which from here I might be able to reach. But you need something tactical, right? Tactically, read Essentialism by Greg McKeown. That fixed my multiplicity of options thing. It's one of the most important books that I've ever read. Realize that you can be anything that you want, but you can't be everything that you want. And the more things that you add in, the more that you're going to dilute down the things that you want to be really good at. But don't be ashamed of just wanting to spend your time doing stuff. It's like there's been at least 3 questions this evening that are kind of the same. I have lots of things that I can do. I don't know which one I want to do. I don't know how to triage and prioritize my time so that I maximize it. What did I say earlier on about the pressure that we place on ourselves because we care? The problem with the world is that most of the intelligent people are full of doubts while all the stupid ones are full of confidence. Like, the reason that you're going to get the outcomes that you want in life is because you look at these things with so much granular detail, right? How many other people do you think really genuinely care about how they're spending their time? It's almost no one. Almost everybody is at the mercy of the confused chemical signals of their body or what the media tells them that they're supposed to like. And that's not you. So the outcomes that you're going to get are going to be great. Just enjoy the ride. Keep trying things. You find something you can't put down, you can't stop doing. Pickleball, yoga, classic music, jazz from the 70s, crack, whatever. Go all in on that once you find it.
Maybe not crack.
My short answer is this, and it's something that I've probably only really been, something that I've kind of take pride in. I like to make every day my bitch, right? So I get up and I don't fuck around when I get up. I get up and even like my missus is like, should we go for a dog walk? I'm like, no, I'm working. Get to my office, crack a new tonic, do my emails, write an email, passive aggressive message my videographer, got an idea, get to the fucking gym, we're filming 3 reels, we're making a YouTube video. Fucking go home and do the edit, I've got to go to jiu-jitsu, I go to jiu-jitsu, I come home from jiu-jitsu. I'm like, say to my missus, if we're gonna have sex, we've got to have sex now. Right? Because I'm about to crash from training, and if we don't do it before 2:30, it's done. Then, have a nap, wake up, get the edit back, make the thumbnail, schedule it, and I managed to make it to the sofa for 4 p.m, where at 4 p.m. the day's my bitch, and I play Call of Duty and just fuck around. But if I was to wake up and play Call of Duty, I'd be depressed. So I have to make the day my bitch first, and by 4 p.m, I'm fucked. I'm out, I'm just tired. Now, the satisfaction I get in my daily life is by conquering all the objectives I set. Now, the more productive I am, the earlier I made it my bitch. So, get up, get to work, do your training, do things that are important. You know, like, even when I walk my dog, I'm not taking him for a fucking power walk. And then it gets to a point where, like, by 5 p.m, I'm fucked, and that's where I do the unproductive shit. I waste time. I fucking watch videos on YouTube of people falling over. I love fail compilations. I could watch kids slipping on ice for hours. So, like, when you look at us, you see us as, like, hyper-productive guys. I am up until 4 p.m, and then I'm watching fail compilations and playing Warzone. So, like, my best bit of advice would be, like, conquer the day early, then do degenerate shit after. I do it every day.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
To ask if either of you have any advice for people like me.
All right, so I cut a piece out of the live talk from my full 90-minute show that I've been doing, and I kind of feel like I shouldn't have done it tonight because I could have answered your question earlier on.
You get your shot now, go on.
All right. Let me see what I can remember from that. So, imagine that your personal growth is kind of like the velocity of a rocket, right? You're taking off from Earth. And as you go up through the different altitudes, there will be people, other vehicles, that join you. But unfortunately, if your velocity is quite quick, a lot of the time these people are going to fall away. So this is something that most personal growth stories miss. This is what me and Alex Hormozy called the lonely chapter. So the lonely chapter describes a time in which you are so developed that you can't fit in with your old set of friends that you grew up with, but you're not yet sufficiently developed that you've acquired your new set of friends. And this is what it sounds like you're going through at the moment. If you wanted to make me cry, right, if you want to make water come out of my face through my phone, tell me that you're a 23-year-old hockey player from Banff who all of his friends want to get a bag in with the boys on a weekend, and he doesn't want to do that. He wants to learn about meditation or mindfulness or philosophy or psychology. He has bigger goals for himself, and when he listens to my podcast, he feels less alone. That sort of message just tears me up, because I think that that was me. I think that was the way that I felt in the UK. But one of the things that all of these stories miss, all of the origin stories, is the uncertainty that you're probably feeling a lot of the time at the moment. And the problem is, it tarnishes the whole of the experience. You look at the Rocky cutscene, and it's like 3.5 minutes, and he never doubts himself, and it's been 4 years for you, and where the fuck are all of my friends? I'm doing things that make me more easy to be mocked, weirder, more different. The friends that I grew up with keep on wanting to make me go back. But you know what that road has. That road has something at the end of it that you do not want. I know we're not in America, but the average American is obese, divorced, with less than 1K in the bank, right? Following the route that everybody else does sounds like the safe option, but it's actually a very reliable journey toward a life that you don't want. So you need to try and find, as best you can, people that are on the same velocity as you. You need to understand that the uncertainty that you feel in the loneliness chapter is something that's just built in, right? And it will tarnish, I don't mean to make it even worse for you, it will tarnish a lot of the experience, because you don't even know that there's glory on the other side of it, right? You're just steeped in self-doubt and uncertainty and a lack of confidence. But I promise you, the only way out is through. There is no turning around and going back, because you're permanently going to be plagued with knowledge that you were built for something more. What are you going to do? Like, revert back to some other version of life, where you know that you were built for more and you haven't chosen to go down that path. All of the uncertainty that you're feeling is because you care. All of the fact that you feel this discordance between you and the group of friends that you have that are behind you is because you're making changes that are making your life better. Also, you're 19. If you're thinking about these sorts of things now, I'm not surprised that you're struggling to find people to be friends with. That being said, you are in a room of 400 people that have come to watch and learn about the same stuff that you're interested in. So it's not like there's no one around and the bar is open once we finish.
That's a pretty hard thing to follow by about 2 minutes. Now, if I'm honest with you, my best friends are my manager and my business partners. So being able to be friends and best friends with people that I have professional acquaintances with, for me is brilliant, because it's like multitasking. I'm like, we get to hang out as best mates, but we're also kind of working. I think these tours we do are kind of just excuses for us to hang out. Otherwise I won't see them for months on end. So there's going to probably come a point where you are an ambitious person, you create a business, you go into business, you work on a project or whatever, and the people you work with become your best friends. But you're just maybe not at that stage yet. Like you said, you're 19. At that stage, I was just trying to get the birds. I didn't do anything impressive in my life until I was 26. So you got time. Now the second thing is, make sure you distinguish loneliness and aloneness, because they're different, right? Now, you could be alone right now. I very much doubt you're lonely, because if you wanted to combat being lonely, you would go hang out with your loser friends. You know, you just go to the pub where they are, you snort coke with them on a Friday and talk about fucking sport, right? So you can distinguish that feeling of loneliness, but if you say, I'm actually not lonely, I'm alone. And the reason you're alone is you haven't yet found people that share the values that you have. But it won't be that way forever. And in 10 years' time, maybe 20 years' time, maybe 15 years' time, to be safe, you're going to have a smoking hot wife, loads of kids running about, and you're going to be wishing that you could be alone for just 5 minutes. So enjoy it while you can.
Tom,
2 questions. Important one first. What's that? Mate, I don't play deathmatch. I'm not. Oh, don't record that. Warzone, no one cares about KD on Warzone because sometimes you've got to go in and save the boys. You're probably, yeah, mate, my lobbies are so sweaty, it's a hindrance for other people. They're saying, pick another person to be party leader because Smiths can't be party leader or we get the sweat lobbies. Second question.
Where's the shirt?
The shirt, AS Color. You know AS Color? No. So like in Australia, maybe the UK, there's like super cheap generic clothing. But like I wear all AS Color t-shirts and they're like $20. So it's like Zara and Uniqlo, but like a level above. So AS Color. And they do like plain shorts and like anything you see during my wearing is all AS Color. There you go. Alright, see you in the Warzone.
Back in Kelowna. It is cold, I am tired, but it was a great event. I'll give you guys a bit of a summary very soon. But first, I gotta eat. It is a few days later and it was a really great seminar. I actually got a lot more footage than I realized. The videos that I shared with you all were some of the answers to some of my favorite questions throughout the seminar. The one thing that I didn't get to capture on film that I thought I would quickly highlight is something that James talked about, where he highlighted the importance of failure and how failure is actually a good thing. The analogy that he used here was it being kind of a numbers game, and he related it to a guy asking a girl out. With the example, the guy who kept asking for the girl's number eventually saw more results, got to date more women. Obviously, it was a little bit more vulgar than that, but I'll keep this rated G. But you kind of get the picture there, right? Where the individual who had the courage to continue to ask the girl out, try to give a girl her number, and wasn't afraid of rejection, wasn't afraid of failure, was able to eventually accomplish more in the long run in comparison to the individual who asked a girl out, the girl said no, and then the individual just stopped, quit, and was defeated. When you get good at accepting failure, you get better at the skill set that you're trying to develop. The more you fail, the better you get. And as long as you don't accept defeat, you truly haven't failed. So obviously, the individual in this example, the more you go and ask a girl out, you learn from it. They say no, they reject you, you learn from it, you get better, and you try again. It's very similar when you relate that to your fitness-related goals, right? If we accept defeat, we're never going to get to where we want to be. But when we are failing, or if we feel like we're failing, or we're not getting to where we want to be, we have 2 choices here. One, we accept defeat, we quit, we move on, and we stay where we are, or worse, we get worse or off. Or option number 2, we see that as an opportunity to improve. You know, things aren't meant to be perfect. So you kind of have to deal with friction. You kind of have to deal with failure if you want to improve that skill set so you can better your life in the long run. So that was a really valuable takeaway that obviously I didn't get to highlight for you all. And the rest of the seminar was awesome. It was a really great trip. So I'll leave it there. Obviously a different video for you all. I really like to provide you all obviously with health and fitness related tips. I know this is a different video than what I typically do, but you know, once in a while when I'm traveling and I'm doing something cool like that, it's kind of cool to document. And it's even cool for me to go back and revisit later on. So hopefully you guys took something away from this video. Having said that, before you click off the video, we are coming to the end of December and I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube for the rest of the year. I got some things that I'm trying to accomplish right now. I'm currently scheduled to write my bodybuilding coach certification through NASM. It's the Physique and Bodybuilding Coach, the newest certification that came out earlier this year. I'm currently wrapping up my ebook, The Beginner's Guide to Bodybuilding Prep, and I just want to relax and unwind, enjoy the holiday season, and hit the ground running with YouTube in January. So having said that, thank you all so much for hanging out with me for 2023. It's been quite a ride. I think that this has been my most consistent year as of yet on YouTube, and I'm excited to report that I'm just getting warmed up. So stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in 2024.